What's up, everybody? Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Kill la Kill. Now, first thing I want to talk about is the characters. In my opinion, the characters range from crazy, funny, weird, amazing, and cool. So many things. And I'll be real, a lot of diversity within the characters. And don't get me wrong, I love it. It gives more to each character, it gives more to each episode, and it just made me feel like I like it more. It felt more cool. And let's see, let's actually get to the characters now. The first character I would like to talk about is Ryuko Matoi. Now, in my opinion, I'd say she's one of my favorite characters in anime, and one of my favorite characters in this anime. Maybe my favorite character. To be honest, it's kind of hard because I did enjoy the other characters as well. It's something I would say I have a little bit more time to think about. But Ryuko, she was a nice other girl, man. She was strong, powerful. She was a little bit serious here and there, but she does have moments of happiness and other moments of actually showing more than just being a serious character. Now, I want to say this, man. I love her backstory as well. It was interesting. It was a fun watch, and provided good information, made her more good in my opinion. I enjoy seeing her, you know, overcoming certain aspects, and in Kill la Kill we see more, the usual overcoming the difficulties that's put against her and all of that. I think in Kill la Kill, due to the characters all having unique weapons and all of that, I think I liked it a little bit more here than the other movies, anime, etc. that did it. You know. But besides that, I think Ryuko, in general, she was entertaining, good, fun to watch, good protagonist, and all out, a good story. You know, I say also I want to say in the game. I know this is out of the topic of the anime, but in the game, she's one of my favorite characters, dude. She really is. Yeah, I managed to get good at with her, and yeah. Besides that is Mako Makancho. Mako Makancho is basically a comedy relief in this anime. A funny, nice, amazing girl. But the thing about it is that separates her, I would say, from other funny characters is she has this thing where she tends to over exaggerate certain things, and she can make a serious or kind of mad scene into something that is weird but good. It's just a mixture of it, and just to present us with in the form of Mako. That's how I would describe it. Now, she was entertaining. I liked her as a character. Her fight scenes were, well, when she did have some, not that much, but when she did have fight scenes, it was pretty cool. Now, another thing I want to say is, I'd say out of everyone, yeah, Mako I would say is more funny moments. hmm I never felt like she was pushed or she was ruining certain moments, trying to, be funny, trying to be, intense moment. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that does happen. Trying to, you see the funny character trying to be intense to try to impress everyone. Yeah, like no, man, it kind of felt like, you know, the the funny weird one knew what to do, and yeah, that's how I would describe Mako. Now, next is Satsuki. In my opinion, she was a good villain. I'd say, she's a villain. The thing that makes her a good villain is she had heart. Every time Ryuko, time on time, Ryuko proved to Kiryun that, look, I could overcome the things you throw at me. And she respected that. She didn't just get angry. She didn't just, be frustrated, leave, come back another day just to uh, destroy the day, ruin the day for Ryuko. No, she actually showed respect. She actually said, look, you know, I'm going to give you all this. Let's see what you do. And she did. And, I enjoyed it. Also, I'd say she was interesting, dude. And fun to watch, man. And the other scenes were Ryuko. Because a lot of times, especially in big animes such as Dragon Ball Super, villains, in my opinion, I've seen a few episodes here and there, and it really isn't something amazing, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, it does have good villains in Super, but Satsuki Kiryu, I say, impressed me more than what I've seen in big animes. Now, not just Super, and other animes as well, man, that's big names. Okay, so yeah, Satsuki, I'd say you did really good. Good. Next is Senkits. Senkits has, not a lot to say, to be honest, I don't have. He was interested in piece of armor. Besides that, I think Senkits, he was interested in cool weapon. He has some funny, impressive moments here and there. He was entertaining. And I'd say all out Senkits was more of a character which, Ryuko, he's more of a supporting character, helps Ryuko with advice, trying to get her, to succeed here and there. And yeah, man, it was good to see Senkits. Next is Iri Gamagori. I'd say Iri Gamagori, he's more of, the rival. He had a little bit of rivalry with Ryuko. And, having here and there little button heads and all that, I'd say. Gamagori also, I would say, had a pretty cool, intense fights, and his weapon, even though I didn't like his Goku uniform that much, it was okay. It was okay, you know. And I'll talk about, I'd say, also, I feel the same way as the game and the anime. It's just, you know what I mean? I think, in the anime, I felt it. And in the game, it basically put the nail in the coffin, in my opinion. And the opinion is Gamagori main Goku uniform. Really, him as a character is more impressive than him inside that armor. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's true. And then don't get me wrong, man. He is a good fighter. I'll give him that. You know, but besides that, I like this relationship with Marco. A little bit of rivalry, good moments, funny moments, and then yeah. Next is Nono Jacuzzi. One of my favorite characters, one of the best designs in Kill la Kill. I don't care what anyone says. Dude, Jacuzzi, I love Jacuzzi, man. She's amazing. Okay, a little bit weird in the game, but in the anime, she's amazing. Now, in the beginning, she wasn't focused on so much, but throughout the whole anime as well, she wasn't like so much focused. But I wish they did kind of give her a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because she did have a little bit of rivalry thing going on with Mako, a little bit of button heads, you could say. And I think they should have used that time a little bit more because Zukozue, I had a feeling, in my opinion, she had a little bit more. She had potential to become more than what she was. Her Goku uniform was unique. I did enjoy that. And also, I'd say her backstory was pretty cool. Uh, you know, and also Jacuzzi in general, I say her in fighting mode, well, fighting when her in her fight scenes, it was pretty interesting and cool, man. I enjoyed it more than the other two characters I'm about to name, Akio and basically those other characters. Now, to be honest, uh, Mikisugi, I think he's the last character that I really like that I'm going to talk about. You know, I'd say he was more of good at fighting. He was a good fighter, but he personality wise is where he really shines. Personality wise is where I felt like he was similar to Marco. Nice hearted, lovable character, easy to get. An easy entertainment and fun. Fight wise, he don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter and all that, but I felt out of all the characters, he was better than at least what was it? Um, Damn, the other two villains I'm probably not gonna name. Oh, in the Muta and Sena Gayama. Yeah, I'll talk about those two a little bit later. But big character I want to talk about is Nui Hame. Nui Hame, man, uh, at first appearance, she was, pretty cool, man. I enjoyed her, man. She took down one of Satsuki's teammates like it was not, you know, she basically, well, she does have half of Ryuko's scissor blade, and also another thing is she's an amazing fighter. I would say Jikuzume and Hawame, for their personalities, fights, and as a character in Kill la Kill, those two really made me love the anime more. The personality was. I think a thing is maybe a lot of people may not agree with me is Nui Hawame really did bring once she was introduced and shown in other episodes, she really did bring more heart into the anime in general. Really, the comedy wise, serious wise, and fight wise made fights better. Just improved what was already going good. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. There was a few bad moments before she arrived, but with her, it felt like, oh, now there's Nui, Mako, and Jakuzube. Yeah, I just loved it, boy. You know what I mean? So moving on from that, Imuta, Sana, Gayama, they're okay. Moved on from that. But seriously, I'd say Mako's family was more interesting than them, and they are part of the main villain cast. So yeah, so Kill la Kill starts off by showing us Hanoji Academy, a school that is ruled by Satsuki Kiryun. Within this school, Satsuki is like a princess. Her ward is the rules, her ward rules the school and stuff like that. She was basically the evil general of the school. See it like that. And within this evil school, she has Goku uniforms. Her closest friends, of course, has the strongest keep. Of course, you need to have, if you're going to start a little bit, you need a little bit of army, soldiers to have you by your side, But you need your close soldiers, your strongest by your side, and that's where what she has. And they have, of course, strong. One of the no, I think it's one of the strongest Goku uniforms out of all the world of Kill la Kill. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, I say that. So from here, a young girl named Ryoko Matoi revives, confronts her in hopes of finding the answers of who killed her father. Now from here, we see Satsuki and forcing Ryuko to fight and move up. You know, the plot changes. It eventually gets to a point of, oh, we're going to fight for the human race. One of those types of stories it evolves to. But what I can say is, even though I feel like, it's okay. We've seen that many times before. Come on, let's be honest. Let's not lie to ourselves. But a thing about it is, with that Kill la Kill story, is that it evolves. It starts off from vengeance. It moves on to another thing. It moves on to eventually get into the world. Now that's what I would say I enjoyed. Because even though I feel what I feel about, I don't 100% am impressed about the world ending. Let's save the world. I did enjoy the other stuff, the journey towards that. And that's what I would say I enjoy. Now, moving on from that, I want to talk about the music. In my opinion, the music, man, it's enjoyable and catchy, and I don't care what anyone says, man. I enjoyed the music. I loved it even. In fact, when I was doing while watching this anime, uh, I would say usually because maybe I would say it's one of the best songs in anime. One of, but another thing I wanted to say is I want to say a lot of things, and sometimes I just blah, blah, blah. So sorry about that. Another thing I want to say is, while doing a little bit paperwork here and there, I did listen to some of the tracks here and there. I think they were pretty nice, cool. You know, I'd say there's a few that's really good here and there. I did enjoy the music here and there. Now, another thing I want to say is, Kill la Kill opening theme was amazing. I loved that one, and the ending theme was amazing. I did love that one, the last one. Now, yeah, I think that's it. That I must say. But yeah, catchy, cool, enjoyable, lovable, and all of that. Also the singer of the outro. I think of the first outro because I think they had two. Ah man, memory not good. But yeah, it was similar to the singer of Killer, a comic book kill. I think they were the same singer. I'm not sure. But besides that, I love the world of Kill la Kill. Oh yeah, the world. Yeah, man, almost forgot about that. I love the world of Kill la Kill. Damn. Uh many crazy things, many interesting things. You know how they say the small things eventually add up and then it becomes something, you know, that that's enjoyable and likable. That's how I would say, even though Kill la Kill didn't show, like they were, it wasn't like a Final Fantasy game showing all the world. But what we saw, it did show a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoyed it, man. Their world was interesting. I did enjoy that. Also, another thing I would say from the characters trying to avoid, what was it? Oh yeah, this I think I should have talked about this with the, but yeah, from the characters, this part of the world as well. So from the characters trying to avoid dying while trying to go through an obstacle course just to get into school and not be late. Crazy stuff like that, man. That's just one example of the craziness within the Kill la Kill world. Now, another thing I want to say, the final fight scene, I loved it. It was pretty cool. All the characters had a time to shine. All the characters, I loved doing this fight, and also the story. From beginning to end, it was a pretty good story. I'd say, um, it was a good story. I don't say I hated nothing like that. I want to say that I'd say it's just a good story. Nothing amazing, nothing, you know, special. So before I talk, uh, hmm, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So I love Kill la Kill. I would say Kill la Kill, from characters to story, like personal stories. Not a story in general. Like story in general, the main story was pretty cool, but the story characters is what I'm talking about. Is I love. The songs were catchy and nice, cool. The graphics, the graphics were okay. It was okay, cool, and it all came out to my final opinion is I love Kill la Kill. It's an anime that I would go back and watch episodes on. I recommend watching Kill la Kill if you haven't. It is one to experience. So, yeah, I'll just leave it with that. Now, the animes I want to recommend are School Live and Elfen Lied because both have interesting stories and amazing characters, just like Kill la Kill. By the way, also stories, as in character stories in Kill la Kill. Keep that in mind. Also, due to it being around the same time I reviewed those animes, I think it makes sense to give them some appreciation. Maybe give some a little bit more love. You know. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and till next time. Bye. Now I'm going to talk about spoiler section. There's only two parts. So yeah, number one. Just wait until people leave. Okay, number one. I felt like it was important. Number one. Satsuki. Wearing Senkis. Now, I enjoy that, but the thing of it is, so Satsuki and Jakuzue, Hame, Ryuko, they're all family. Let's just keep it like that. So my thing is, I would love to see, to be honest, Jakuzue wear Senkits. Yeah, that would be amazing. Just imagine that. What amazing things can she pull off with that? Or seeing how May, wearing Senkits. Or I think it would have been pretty cool. Imagine the destruction they would have caused. Imagine the bigger fight scenes they would have done, or just all out craziness, right? Just like what ifs. So that's a big what if I wanted to say. Or imagine them having a Goku uniform, because they did have, what was it? I forget. What was it called? The internal power or something like that. They didn't really show it, but what was it called? Damn. Oh, the willpower. I don't know, something. Basically, it's like a Super Saiyan form of Ryuko. It was in the ending of the fight with the mom. All that. Imagine seeing Haume with that type of power. Imagine seeing Jacuzzi with that power. Because I don't know, I just love those two characters, man. So of course I want to see that. Also, the last thing I want to say, Satsuki, Jacuzzi, Ryuko, they're cousins. So I think they are able to, I think it's, you know, a acceptable thing to say. Jacuzzi can pull off a lot of feats of Ryuko and Satsuki. Maybe do a lot of, like I said, Ryuko Super Saiyan. And the end of the fight, I know it's not called Super Saiyan, but I forgot the name. But Super Ryuko, if you want to say that. But I don't know. I think Jacuzzi doing that would be amazing. Doing like that whole own Super Saiyan thing as well, because they all blood related. So maybe they could fit it in. I don't know. Maybe she could succeed. Also, like I said, Nui Harame. I like to see that fight as well. Of those two. Really get into that. But besides that, I really didn't have that much to say. I just want to say a what if scenario fitted in this review. So with that being done, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Do you like Kill la Kill? And I'll have a link, if you're interested in watching. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.